buhay! Mula PNU, Kartilya ng Katipunan, Intramuros, Fort Santiago, Luneta Court, Binondo at Paco Court. Kami ang pangkadlima, maghahati sa inyo ng paglalakbay na kayo'y may matututunan. Tara na, halina tuklasin ang natatagong ganda, yaman at makulay na kasaysayan ng ating bansa na mas magpapaigting ng inyong pagmamahal sa Pilipinas.
Ang Paco Cemetery, o kilala rin bilang Cementerio del Sur, ay isang kasaysayang sementeryo na matatagpuan sa Paco, Maynila. Ito ay itinatag noong 1807 sa ilalim ng pamamahala ng mga Kastila bilang tugon sa pangangailangan ng muso para sa karagdagan ng espasyo.
Ngayon, natagpuan na natin ang isa sa ating mga checklist, ang puntot ni Jose Rizal sa Paco Park.
Did you know that this is the first cemetery Jose Rizal was buried in?
Base sa mga litrato at impormasyon na aming nakawa, dito, Binondo, dito unang inilibing sa London. Ngunit, siya ay kaagad na ipilitan sa Estados Unidos. Matapos ang aming paglalakbay, sa kasamaang palad ay hindi namin natagpuan ang puntot niya. Leonora Rivera, ang pinakamamahal ni Jose Rizal, at Dorotea Mateo, ang pinakamatandang nakakilibing niya.
Moving on to the National Museum of Fine Arts. Spoliarium by Juan Luna. This monumental painting is considered one of the most important artworks in Philippine history. It depicts fallen gladiators being dragged away from the arena, symbolizing the harsh realities of colonial oppression during Luna's time. The Death of General Antonio Luna by Felix Resurrección de Hidalgo. This poignant painting illustrates the tragic death of General Antonio Luna during the Philippine-American War. The work captures the emotional intensity of the moment and serves as a powerful reminder of the sacrifices made by Filipino heroes. While in the National Museum of Anthropology, we found out that ivory seals of the ancient barangays. These small ivory seals, discovered in different archaeological sites across the Philippines, are believed to have been used by ancient chieftains to authenticate documents and signify authority during pre-colonial times. Cultural textiles and indigenous crafts. The museum displays a wide range of traditional textiles, clothing, and handicrafts from various indigenous groups in the Philippines, showcasing their rich.
And now let's move on to Binondo Church, also known as Minor Basilica and National Shrine of San Lorenzo. Alam niyo ba, isa ito sa mga church na binansagang Minor Basilica ng ating Pope or nirecommend ng Vatican. So paano ka ba makakonsider na Minor Basilica ng ating church? First, of course, kinoconsider dyan ang historical beauty. As you can see, napakaganda. And then, other factors is kino-consider din yung historical significance ng lugar and yung liturgical renown ng isang lugar. And other factors or combinations of those. It was named after Lorenzo Ruiz, the Chinese-Filipino saint and also known as the first Filipino saint here in the Philippines. Nag-altar boy siya dito sa Binondo Church bago siya pumunta ng Japan para sa kanyang missionary.
Welcome to Veg Select!
This is a vegetarian Chinese restaurant with mini grocery of vegan choices. Kami includes pinakubet, kare-kare, asado with mixed vegetables, tofu steamed pork. So open sila from Monday to Sunday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. We got your first.
Delicious Chinese food with variety of options to choose from. The siopaw in particular is very flavorful and satisfying. Whether you're looking for a quick bite, just go to JP
basically made of asado and chicken, some noodles, so Chinese inspired noodles. So, if you wanna eat here at Binondo, this restaurant, this house is very relevant since it is very famous in the multimedia, in different networks. No? Nakita na siya in CNN, in some YouTube channel, nakita na siya. So it was featured and a lot of applications. So if you're looking for a place to date this coming February 14, if you're gonna watch this video before February 14, so this is a restaurant that I was recommending. So yeah, let's do it. Hi guys, so we're now going out of Binondo because simply of course time constraint. We don't have all day. We don't even have the full 2 hours because of course we need to go to TMU. So it takes time. And as much as possible, we want to be punctual on our next subject. So we're looking forward to meet you again here at Binondo. Today we're now here at Palacio del Gobernador, which also houses the administration of Intramuros and is presently known as the House of the Commission of Elections, and also the office, the Home Developmental Office of National Capital.
At ngayon, nandito tayo sa Manila, Cavite. Kagaya ng Binondo Church, pinukonsider din ito bilang isang minor hospital. Nakakatuwa lang na kahit na dumaan ng wars and other calamities, napanatili nila ang backup style.
At kapag na tayo sa exciting part, at kung dito na kayo sa Intramuros, huwag na huwag niyo palalampasin ang pinakasikat sa destination dito, ang Fort Santiago. Ito ay matatagpuan sa pinakaloob ng Intramuros, malapit sa Manila, Cavite. And kung maglalakad naman kayo papunta rito, naku, maghanda kayo ng napakaraming tubig at mahabang pasensya. Eh, dito nga pala sa site na to ang registration natin, saan nagkakahalaga ng 70 pesos para sa regular rate and 50 pesos para sa mga student, PWD, and senior citizens. Tara na!
Ngayon, ako ay nasa Barrio. Dito, sa site na to, makikita nyo ang mga soldier barracks and monuments.
Pero bago yun, alam niyo ba, ipinangalan ito kay St. James o mas kilala bilang Santiago Matamoros. Sinasabi nila na marami daw siyang pinatay na Moros during the Middle Ages. Kaya naman binagsagan siya bilang Moros Slayer. And as you can see, nandito tayo here sa Fort Santiago and titignan niyo naman na sobrang ganda. Napakalo ng nature and of course, maraming kasaysayan ang meron.
At ngayon naman, nandito tayo sa boat o tinuturing din itong man-made canal. So bakit nga ba nagkaroon ng boat or man-made canal dito sa Fort Santiago? At sa lahat, before magkaroon pa ng pag-portes, roads, and just man-made canals, ulubos na sakop ito ni Limaco. Si Limaco, siyang Chinese pirate na gusto kong masakop itong Fort Santiago, itong place ng Fort Santiago. Kasi nga, malapit siya sa bodies of water. And as we all know, ang mga lugar na malapit sa bodies of water ay center of commerce. Kaya kung sino man ang makasakop doon, ay may advantage economically. Kaya ayun nga, unfortunately, hindi siya successfully nasakop ni Limaco. Kaya ginawa ng mga Spaniards itong mga walls and yung mga bulwarks na pupuntahan natin para protektahan ito.
So we're now going to Ulsan Shrine. We're in 56 days. Here lies the journey of Rizal inside the chapel set. So makikita natin yung mga piniktahan ng Rizal. Siya yung nakasutunan dito sa Intramuros. Bago siya ilipat sa Manila, ito nakita.
Fort Santiago, hindi yan tinuturing na national shrine, kundi tinuturing din itong Shrine of Freedom. Bakit? Hindi lang dahil dito pinulong si Jose Rizal, kundi in honor na rin yung mga namatay, pinahirapan, at kinulong, especially nung World War II, dito sa dungeon. At dito sila nilagay. So wait, approximately 600 people ang kinulong or nilibing dito. And sabi nila, namatay daw yung mga tao dito dahil nalunod daw sila. Kasi nga malapit tayo sa Ilog Pasig. Pero hindi naman ganun yung nangyari. As you can see, kung nakita niyo yung loob ng dungeon, maraming portion of paraphernalias at mataas yung lugar ng dungeon at imposible may
transportation. So, as you can see here, unfortunately, it was very tough. That's the building here.
Japanese Garden and Resort Park embodies the principles of Japanese landscape design, emphasizing tranquility, harmony with nature, and minimalism.
Tunay ngang mayabong ang ating istorya. Naway, sa paglalakbay na to, nakuha namin ang iyong interes na bisitahin ng nakaraan at bigyan ng halaga ang mga lugar na mukha mang walang halaga sa unang tingin, ngunit saksi ng ating mga karanasan. Muli, kami ang pangkat-5, maghahatid sa inyo ng paglalakbay na kayo'y may matututunan.